Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest, Hungary for the Women's EHF Final 4 2018. My name is Chris O'Reilly, and I'm delighted to be here with you for the biggest weekend in women's club handball. And it all starts in about half an hour's time with a cracking semi-final between CSM Bucuresti and Györi Audi ETO KC. CSM Bucuresti, the 2016 champions, and Györi, the defending and three-time champions, face off for a semi-final, which starts, as I said, in about half an hour time. And then at 6 o'clock, we have the debutantes, Rostov-Don, facing HC Vardar, who are in a bit of a last-chance saloon in their quest to take a women's EHF Final 4 title. There's the Bucharest ladies warming up now. 3 times in the Women's EHF Final 4, just 3 seasons in Europe for them as well in the Champions League. They've reached Budapest every single time, as I mentioned before. That was Bucharest's route to Budapest. They've had a mixed season so far, and that included a switch in coaching as Helle Thompson was left and Per Johannesson came in, as he did last season, just before the quarterfinals. He led them to a 3rd place finish last season. He's reached Budapest once again with them this year, and we'll see what they can do this weekend as they face off against the 3-time champions and defending champions Györi Audi ETO KC. Here they are arriving earlier. A full squad, no injury problems for them, and on paper it looks like they have perhaps the strongest squad. They've got an amazing backcourt. We have Kristina Niago at left back, Bella Gulden at centre back, and Amanda Kurtovic at right back. The problem for them, of course, is their defensive frailties. They've conceded the joint amount of goals, the highest amount of goals so far this season among the 4 teams here in Budapest. If they can put that right, they'll have a great chance today against a somewhat injury-plagued Györi team. As for Györi, it's their final season under coach Ambros Martin, who moves on to Rostov next season. And there's Per Johannesson. As I mentioned before, he came in just before the quarterfinals, and he inspired them to an amazing victory in their quarterfinal first leg against Metz, 34-21, where we really saw just how capable this side is. Can they replicate that form this weekend? Well, we're going to find out very, very soon. The defensive problems with them, they have a very capable defense, but they do not always turn on. Same goes for their goalkeeper pair with Polo Ungarianu and Elena Grubasic, both very, very capable. Grubasic indeed was the MVP of the Final 4 2 years ago when they won. But they just haven't been able to find a good day between them, except for that quarterfinal first leg against Metz. That was very impressive, and they'll need a repeat performance like that if they're going to overcome the quasi-home side for the weekend. Györi, who are just about 120 kilometers away, just in the north of Hungary. They have the vast majority of this 12,000 capacity crowd at the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest cheering them on. But for them, their big issues lie in the injuries, and like they had a few seasons ago, it has been an injury-plagued season for them so far. They have the likes of Nora Mork, who ruptured her ACL a couple of months ago. She's actually on the bench today. She's in the 16-player squad, but will not see any action, I believe. As you can see on your screen there, CSM Bucuresti, they've got a full 16-player lineup to choose from. No real injury worries for them. There's Anita Gerbitz you saw earlier on. She It's a talisman for this team, mostly playing out in the left wing, but she may need to see some backcourt action this time around. And let's have a look at how Györi reached Bucuresti. Györi's route to Budapest has been an impressive one, but as I mentioned before, injury woes galore for them. Nurmurk out, Susanna Tomori out, and Jana Knedlikova also out, all injured. Nurmurk is on the bench today, but she won't see any action. I think she's there more for her moral support and her tactical and passionate prowess on court. We've also had some injuries throughout the season for Nika Groth, Stina Oftedal, Eduarda Amorim and Anja Althaus. They're all playing and they're all relatively fit, but we'll see if they can last the entire weekend. Always questions after big injuries like they have had. They're all going to need to be on top form to face this star-studded CSM Bucuresti side, but they'd like it no other way, both sides. Of course, experience and regular teams at this Women's EHF Final Four. And as the sides are warming up, we can see this 12,000-seater arena filling up nicely. It's practically a sellout. We won't see too many seats empty around here. And both games are cracking games. I don't think we've had a Women's EHF Final Four that has been so closely contested on paper from top to bottom. It's difficult to see too many weaknesses that would count any of these four sides out. Rostov-Don, who we'll see later on playing Vardar, they've been probably the most informed team in 2018. They're making their first appearance as a team, but plenty of players who have so much experience in Budapest, players who have won the title here before with other clubs. But nobody's won it here as often as Györi. They won the very first one back in 2013. They are 3 times champions overall. They are also the defending champions. And Eduarda Amorim, who suffered a broken right hand early in the season, she's their only real out-and-out left back. She's going to have to see a lot of action today. Anna Mette Hansen also capable of left back, but she may need to play in the right as well. And then the center players, the playmakers, Stina Oftedal and Nika Groth, might be seeing a bit of time in positions they're not quite used to as well. They'll all need to step it up. They'll all need to play out of their comfort zone to claim victory today, but they're all very willing to do so. Kari Grimsel on your screen there, the goalkeeper. I think she'll have to have a big weekend as well. A key player for them, and a key point of their counter-attacking prowess, which will be a big asset for them. Brilliant defense overall, and if they can just steal those balls or force the weak shots, then they will punish Bucharest on the fast break. You can see the squad there. Nurmurk is in the 16-player squad, but she's sitting right in front of me, not warming up. No chance for her with that knee. And just before the players arrived into the dressing rooms, our man Vlado Brinjak had a couple of words with them. And we're going to hear what they had to say in just a moment's time.
The semi-finals of the Women's EHF Final Four is here. CSM Bucuresti versus Györi Audi ETO KC, and we have Line Jürgensen from Bucuresti team. So tell us, Line, what is the atmosphere in your dressing room right now, a few minutes before the semi-final?
Of course, we are very excited for this game. We have been waiting for it for a really long time now. So you feel that the game is really close now, and we have a really good atmosphere in there.
Can you hope for the same performance as you did 2 years ago against Györi?
Of course, we hope to win, but we also know that Györi is a really good team. We prepared us as good as we can, and then it's also the day and the game who decides who will win.
Györi made a surprising move for the players list. They added Nora Mörk for this game. Is it a surprise for you, and what can you expect from Nora in this game?
I'm not sure that Nora will play so much, according to that. It's not so long time ago since she broke her ACL. I don't know why they did it, but we're prepared for everything.
Thank you very much, Line. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
So the final four is at the corner, and we have Eduarda Amorim from Györi Audi ETO KC here. So tell us, Duda, what is the atmosphere right now in your dressing room?
It's quite good. Yvette is the responsible of the playlist, so we already have some music in, and we are getting together, massage, warming up, everything is going fine.
A very common opponent. You already met CSM in the main round. What did you prepare for them?
Well, we prepare a very good defense, and I hope we will manage to do this in the court. I think it will be a really good fight, and I think we can do anything else. I think we are really prepared for this match.
The tournament hasn't started yet, but still Györi already prepared the first surprise. We have Nora Mörk on the players list, so what do you expect from Nora?
Yes, that's very nice for us. We are going to have one more support closer to us. It's nice. I think that she's a great player and she can give advice during the match, so it will be good.
Thank you very much, Eduarda. Good luck in the match.
Thank you very much. Okay, no problem.
Good job.
So both players confirming what I mentioned before, that Nora Mörk, she's on the bench, but she will not be taking any part today. But there, of course, for emotional support, a very experienced player. She's been through this, she's won it before. And an interesting question as well to Line Jorgensen about whether they could repeat the performance from 2 years ago. It's a very, very different situation now as it was back then. 2 years ago, CSM Bucuresti shocked the handball world by being the complete outsiders coming in to the Final Four. And it went all the way after an immense match, which ended in a penalty shootout. Since then, both of these sides have played each other a few more times. They both know each other very, very well. They faced off, in fact, in the main round. Two fascinating matches. One was won at home by CSM Bucuresti. That was 28-22, and then exactly a month later, Györi got a bit of revenge with a 28-24 victory. Györi with the quasi-home advantage here, as I mentioned before, with the vast majority of this 12,000 capacity crowd in the arena. And they're going to need every single player to step up today. Injury woes for them. As I said before, they're going to have to play a bit out of the comfort zone, particularly in the backcourt. And also with Bernadette Bodie, the only choice on the right wing. We'll see if Maria Gonzalez or Sarah Affenthaler gets a look in on the side as well. But if they focus on their defense and their counter-attacking, which is their biggest asset, their biggest weapon, then they should be getting plenty of easy goals. As for Bucharest, it all depends on the backcourt. With Christina Niago at left back, three-time IHF World Handball Player of the Year, also in the Women's EHF Champions League All-Star team this season. Bella Gulden at centre back, the 15-goal hero from 2 years ago in the final. Can she perform a repeat performance like that, or will she be more of the assist merchant for Niago? And then also Amanda Kurtovic, a very capable right back as well. If the other two aren't performing or the focus is on them in defense, she'll be able to pop up with a fair few goals from long range as well. Very fluid play in the backcourt and all extremely dangerous from 9 meters as well. We're just a couple of minutes away from the opening show here. The players bringing their warm-ups to an end. And it's a good chance for me just to remind you to keep a look out on social media for our mobile reporters. At EHFCL on Twitter, you can find Brian Campion. You'll also find on Instagram at EHFCL and EHF_live on Snapchat. Our team there with Berenice and Marcio bringing you some fantastic content already this weekend, and they're going to be buzzing around the arena, bringing you all the behind-the-scenes action. And a quick reminder that at 6 o'clock we have our second semi-final between the debutants Rostov Don and the side, who are in their very last chance. A bit of a last chance saloon for HC Vardar. Another very difficult semi-final to call. It's really too close to call in both these semi-finals. I've heard so many different opinions from so many different people. All have included all 4 teams in their potential final matchups. It just goes to show that the quality of this Final Four is unparalleled. It's caused interest we've never seen before. And it looks like now, just 15 minutes until throw-off, we're going to have our opening show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Wow, well, there you have it. Our first opening show of the weekend, celebrating 25 years of the EHF Champions League. And what a 25 years it's been, and we saw that watershed moment as well in 2014 when the women's EHF Final Four first took place here in Budapest, and since then it has come on leaps and bounds. It has truly become the biggest weekend in women's club handball. And as I mentioned just before the show, never has it been so hotly contested, and never has it been so interesting for so many people. TV stations from around Europe and countries which don't even have teams taking part are here this weekend. And as you can see, through the darkness at least, the vast majority of the seats here at the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest, Hungary are full. We're just moments away from seeing our first two teams take to the court. And if you just joined us, a quick reminder that this is the Women's EHF Final Four here in Budapest. My name is Chris O'Reilly, and I'm delighted to be here with you to bring you this opening semi-final. And it's going to be a cracking one between CSM Bucuresti and Györi Audi ETO KC. The first of two semi-finals, which will throw off in about 8 minutes' time. Then at 6 o'clock, we have the second semi-final between Rostov-Don and HC Vardar. Per Johannesson, the CSM Bucharest coach, called this one a match for the handball romantics. While Györi coach Ambros Martin, very fittingly based on the song we heard during the opening show there, said that we are survivors. His team facing so many changes throughout the season with injury after injury, but they've battled on, and here they are, just minutes away from their fourth semi-final in Budapest. There are referees today. They come from Croatia, Dalibor Jurinovic and Marko Mrvica. The two big men from Croatia, they're going to deal with proceedings today.
And now, in the arena, three-time Champions League winners and the current title holders,
and as you can see from the green, and you can hear from the noise in the crowd, it's time to welcome our defending champions and our three-time champions, Györi Audi ETO KC. They won the very first edition of the Women's EHF Final Four back in 2014. They missed out the following season. They came back in 2016, lost in that final to CSM Bucuresti, that epic final. And then the following year, won a no less thrilling final last season, beating Vardar after extra time. As you can see the players coming onto court, we saw Nora Murk hobble on. It's been about 3 months since her ACL operation. She's in the squad, but she will play no part today. Maybe if we're very lucky, a penalty, but I doubt even that. She's there for her emotional support. And she is a feisty character. I'm sure she'll be giving it her all throughout the 60 minutes here. They're also missing Susanna Tamori. She injured her knee in national team duty. A particular pity for her in the defense. She was named the defensive all-star player of the Women's EHF Champions League this season. And a more recent injury to Jana Kledlikova, the right wing from Czech Republic. She's out, which means there's just Bernadette Bodie on the right wing. And with the absence of Merck as well, they're a bit light on that right-hand side. Throughout the season as well, we've had Nika Grode out injured for a while, Stina Oftedal out injured for a while, Eduardo Amarin with a broken hand at some stage, and Anya Altos as well with a knee injury. They've all returned in recent months and in recent weeks. They've come back to the court, but are they fit and ready for the biggest stage in women's club handball? Well, we're going to find out in a few minutes' time. And now it's time for CSM Bucuresti, CSM Bucuresti as they're locally known. The 2016 champions. They've had 3 seasons in the Women's EHF Champions League, and they've made it to Budapest each and every time. The very first time back in 2016 as ranked outsiders, a true fairy tale, and they ended up winning it, beating Vardar in the semi-final, and then Györi after penalties in the final. They returned last year, finished in third place after a disappointing semi-final loss. And it was Per Johannesson who brought them to that stage, coming in just before the quarterfinals. He's done so again this season, but he's got a bit more firepower to play with this time around, with the addition of Christina Niagu, the three-time IHF World Player of the Year, an all-star left back in this season's Women's EHF Champions League, and she is their top scorer with 101 goals so far this season, just 4 behind the current top scorer. That is Iveta Luzumova, who is not here. So unless Niagu has an absolute disaster, she'll be taking the top scorer crown here this weekend. But more important for her and more important for Bucharest, it's about winning this semi-final and going down to the showdown tomorrow. Jelena Grubasic coming onto court now. Somewhat of a second choice goalkeeper now, but she was the MVP of the tournament 2 years ago. And there's Per Johannesson, the man motivator. Came in last year, gave them a bit of a shock treatment as they reached the Final Four. The same idea this time around. His tactical quality has been questioned, but is no doubting his prowess for getting the players motivated. As we pan through the CSM Bucuresti side here, no injury worries really for them. A full 16-player squad and a plethora of choices throughout the backcourt and the wings. The big question mark is with their defense. They've got a couple of really, really good defensive specialists like Sabine Jakobsen and Camille Aiglon, but they don't always step up and rise up to the occasion. They'll need to today against a Györi side who play it simple in the backcourt. They move off the ball well. They drive and drive and drive until they find the gap. And they will be persistent. They will be relentless today in the 6-on-6 settled attack, as well as their counter-attacking, which they're so good at. And I said it is a quasi-home semi-final and Women's EHF Final Four weekend for Györi, but let us not underestimate the noise that the Romanian fans can generate in here. They've taken up a fair, healthy chunk down the far-hand side of this arena. Very healthy support for them and a very, very vocal support. And by my watch, we're just about a minute or two away from the throw-off. It's felt like a long time coming since arriving here in Budapest on Thursday. It's felt like a week waiting for the games to take place. But here we are. The wait is over.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to handball!
The sides with the customary high fives and trading of pleasantries. That'll be it now for 60 minutes. Friends or foes, it doesn't matter. It's time to focus on the handball. A quick look at the CSM Bucuresti squad here. As I mentioned before, full strength. Watch out for Christina Niagu, number 8 at left back. Isabel Guldean, number 4 centre back. And also their goalkeeper pair of Paula Ungarianu and Jelena Grubasic are going to be key. They need to be on form today if Bucharest are going to live up to expectations. Per Johannesson, the coach there, Mr. Motivator, a man from Sweden who's also the Montenegro coach. At one stage he was coaching 3 teams at once before he left his local club to take over Bucharest. And there is Györi Audi ETO KC, number 10 Nora Murk. She will be sitting on the bench today, motivating them. Besides that, Kauri Grimsbo, the goalkeeper, number 85, is going to be a key player, not only in defense but also setting up the fast breaks. And that centre-back pairing of Stina Oftedal and Nika Groth are a complete handful to deal with, and if they're playing together, and I expect them to play together, remains to be seen which one will be playing a left back. Both are capable of that, and wherever they're playing, they're very, very difficult, love to break through, and we'll see a lot of that, more than the long-range shots we'll see from Bucharest. There's our 2 goalkeepers, the head-to-head I mentioned before, with Grimsbo and Ungarianu. And on the left-hand side there, Christina Niagu against Eduarda Amorim. Amorim, broken right hand earlier on this season. Hasn't come into top form, but she'll be needed more than ever this weekend. And there you have Isabel Gulden, the Swedish playmaker against Stina Oftedal, the Norwegian playmaker. Two fabulous players, and it is so exciting to see them come face to face on the biggest stage for women's club handball here in Budapest. And it looks to me like we will have CSM Bucuresti playing in their black shirts and shorts, and it's going to be all white for Györi with a hint of green in there as well. So both sides not playing in their traditional colors, both in their alternate strips. And it will be Györi attacking from the off on the right hand side of your screen, attacking from right to left. And it's Stina Oftedal who gets the nod at centre back, Eduarda Amorim at left back, number 18, Anita Gerbitz at left wing, with Yvette Brock on the line, and Nika Groth will be starting on the right hand side, and Bernadette Bodie on the right wing. Of course, Kari Grimsbo, the clear first choice in goal for them. And it looks like our Croatian referees are happy. And we're all set to go with this opening semi-final at the Women's EHF Final 4. And it is Györi attacking from right to left, and you can hear the wave of noise come over this arena. Barely a seat to be had in this 12,000 capacity Pap Laszlo Budapest Sport Arena. And it's Györi in attack with Oftedal. She sets it up for Groth on the right. Eduarda Amorim in the centre now. She plays it off, doesn't fancy the shot. And they recycle from Bodie on the right wing. She plays it back, long range shot, and it's a top corner finish for Eduarda Amorim. Didn't look super comfortable with it, but it doesn't matter. It goes in down the other side immediately. A response from Bucharest, but they're held up. Almost a breakthrough there for Natalie Hagman, who starts in the right wing. Amanda Kurtovic at right back. Bella Gulden, centre back, and of course, Kristina Niagu at left back with Maida Mehmetovic on the left wing. Mard Malm Frafjord on the line. She's going to be in for a battle today with Eduarda Amorim and Yvette Brock. Ball into the centre. Out to the left now, and Gulden is held up. Good defence, as you'd expect, nothing less from Györi, with Nika Groth making the foul there. Nice bright start for Györi, who must have been worried about their attack as well. An early goal is going to settle things down for them. Hagman comes in from the right wing. She takes a long range shot, blocked down. Fast break opportunity now, but it's cleaned up by, or it's not cleaned up. Oh, it is indeed cleaned up by Paola Ungorianu. Had the ball taken away from her by Brock, but the referee saw it in favour of the Bucharest goalkeeper, and she gets things going again. Nice little challenge between the two of them there, but well taken. And well spotted by Ungorianu to come out for a line there, come out of the area to clean that one up. Kurtovic plays it into Niago in the centre, off to Gulden. Gulden brings it around, look for the shot, but long range shot goes wide and over the top to the left. Strong defense again by Györi, and they'll be happy with that. 2 minutes and 16 seconds played. Just one goal on the board, and it belongs to the ladies in white on the attack now. And they're in no rush in attack, very methodical attack. It's Stina Oftedal in the centre there, telling Yvette Brock where she wants her to go. And Gerbitz goes in as a second line before the referees blow the whistle, asserting their dominance over the players, saying no argy-bargy here early on. But no yellow cards, and we're off again. Oftedal in the centre. Now Gerbitz comes around as a second line from the left wing. Eduarda Amorim looks inside, plays it off to the centre. Back in to Oftedal. Eduarda Oftedal, long range shot, and the second goal of the game. First for Stina Oftedal, a beautiful underarm shot. No chance for Ungorianu. Down the other end, Bucharest come back immediately. Long range shot by Isabel Gulden. Comes off the crossbar, but she was fouled on the way through. Again, strong defense all around this Györi team. None of them giving an inch. Gulden gets her started again with the right-hand side. Empty switch for Kurtovic now, waiting for the ball from Niago. Here she is. She tries to go 1-against-1 and held up. Looks like a bit of contact with the face there. There's a big smile on Eduarda Amorim. She didn't think that was much. Difficult one to call there. The referees just go for the warning. And we go again. Gulden again, the empty switch, allowing some space for Kurtovic. Here she is on the ball. She goes a long way around. Out to the wing. Niago into the line. Oh, off the post. Unfortunate there, but a penalty called by the referees. Like a short push on the back of Frafjord as she took the shot. Barely anything in it, but good spot there from the referees. Let's look at it again. Yeah, just that little push from Yvette Broch. And a nice take as well from Frafjord. Not sure if it had much to do with her shot in the end, but referees give the penalty, and it's Bella Gulden steps up, fakes it once, and oh, off the underside of the crossbar. No goal, didn't go over the line. A bit of contention there from Gulden, but it was no good. Oh, tricky one there. Difficult to call, and the referees have the goal line technology to call upon if they feel they need it. But they believe that one did not go over the line. And Bella Gulden, who barely misses a penalty, goes 0 for 1 from the 7-meter line. Stolen by Gulden though. In the defense, fast break chance now, but the pass by Eglon is not good. Niago now 1-against-1, plays it off to Mehmetovic, who tries to slow things down to allow Eglon to come off and Kurtovic to come on. Perry Johannesson looking a bit in distress at this early stage. 5 minutes played, almost 5.5 minutes played here in this opening semi-final, and still no goal for Bucharest. Niago now in the center, plays it off to Kurtovic. Line switch with Frafjord, back into Kurtovic now, plays it into Bella Gulden. Gulden off to Niago, it's a bit high, a bit of a hospital pass there, and Broch came flying out. Niago again, 1-against-1, plays it off to the left, but it's no good. The referees are happy there was no foul there. And Györi take it away. 6 minutes played here. An excellent defense by the Hungarian side. Exactly what they need in this game. Bucharest will come into it eventually, but 6 minutes with no goal at the beginning is not what they had in their minds for this semi-final. Eduarda Amorim plays it out to the left-hand side. Space there for Anita Gerbitz, and through the legs of Ungarianu. Anita Gerbitz gets her first of the day. And the third for Györi. Down the other end come. The shot, oh, and it's over the top by Niago. Nothing working out for Bucharest at this early stage. Fast break opportunity now. Ball out to the right-hand side is just about kept in play. And Nika Groth decides to slow things down, then goes 1-against-1, plays it into Amorim, held up by Gulden. A bit of common sense and cool heads now from Györi as they slow it down. They're 3-0 up. There no need to rush things here. Line switch with Broch. She plays it off to the right-hand side. Almost dropped there. It is dropped, and it comes off Nika Groth's foot. The referee spotted that and give the ball to Bucharest. Ambros Martin there on your screen. He's got to be happy with these opening stages. It's his final four with Györi before he moves on to Rostov-Don in the summer after 5 seasons, 5 incredible seasons with the Hungarian club. Niago in the center. She receives the ball, has a look, takes a shot, and oh, it's wide to the left. So unlike her. Second or third shot gone wide or over the top for Niago. Yet to get one on target. She saw the space. There was plenty of power on the shot. It had the keeper beat, but it was wide to the left. A let off there for Györi. They stood back just a moment longer than they should have, but not punished. And 8 minutes played, 3-0 to Györi. Who would have expected this start? Definitely not the ladies defending in black at the moment. Ball into the centre. Nika Groth. She plays it off to the right-hand side. Almost stolen. Shot comes in by Oftedal, and it's a free throw. Good defending there by Bucharest. We go again with Groth in the centre. Plays it off to Oftedal. Nika Groth again. Plays it off to Duda. She tries it behind the back pass. Just out of reach for Yvette Broch. And Iago takes it away, plays it into Gulden. Gulden bounces twice, breaks through, and that's an attacking foul called by the referees. Fast break opportunity now for Györi. The space on the left-hand side, plays it out to the left. Amarim goes alone off the post, but that'll be a penalty. And a yellow card for Kurtovic. She complains, but she was pushed on the way through. Rather, she pushed on the way through. No arguing with that yellow card. Good counter-attacking by Györi, and it's Anita Gerbitz steps up to take the penalty. She doesn't fake it, she shoots straight away off the bottom of the post and wide. 2 penalties so far, both missed. One for Gulden, one for Gerbitz. But she'll let that get out of her head fairly quickly, because Györi, as we approach the 10-minute mark here, are 3-0 up. Gulden at left back now. She'll drift into the centre eventually. Plays it off to Niagu and to Kurtovic. Niagu is hauled down, and that'll be probably a 2-minute suspension. Or just a yellow card. A bit of a let-off there. Probably for the early stages. A heavy, heavy challenge. And Niagu gets on with it. Gets us going again. Playing 7-on-6 in the attack now, Bucharest. They've pulled the goalkeeper out. Ball out to the left-hand side, not making the most of their space that this 7-on-6 creates. Shot in from Niagu is forced in. Finally, CSM Bucuresti get off the mark for Christina Niagu. Her first goal from 3 attempts. Eduarda Amarin plays it out to the left-hand side, the space for Gerbitz, and she finds the bottom left-hand corner. Sneaks it in the near post there, past Ungarianu. Relentless attack from Györi. As soon as that goal went in, they were right down the other end. And when these sides met back in March, it was the same situation when Bucharest played 7-on-6. They kept scoring with 7-on-6, but they couldn't get their keeper back in, and there were so many empty goals, so many counter-attack goals conceded. We'll see if they're a bit more diligent by coming back, running home today. Shot in from Niagu is saved by Grimsbo. Another big stop for Kari Grimsbo. Mentioned before, she was going to need a big game, and she's had a very big game so far. For the most part, keeping out these dangerous shooters with aplomb. That was almost an easy save for her, if there is such thing at this level. And we see Anna Mette Hansen comes in at left back for her first action of the weekend. Oftedal in the centre, plays it out to the right. Switch into Hansen. Oh, but that's a poor pass, and it's stolen. Fast break chance now for Maida Mehmetovic. Oh, beautifully dropped over the head of the keeper. Excellent counter-attacking, excellent steal as well. Second goal of the game for Bucharest. Down the other end come Györi, and that is a penalty. Great stuff by Stina Oftedal. Faked the shot, dropped the shoulder inside between the defenders. Faked the pass, rather, before she dropped in. Eglon gives away the penalty to be taken by Nika Groth, and she makes no mistake. No messing around for her, just drops it in past the right foot of Paula Ungarianu. Put it past the standing foot there, and that is a timeout called by Per Johannesson. Dangerous moments here, early doors for Bucharest. Let's listen in to hear what he has to say.
I think it's red flag, but we need to have better tempo. Before, we have to have ball speed. We need to come closer to the goal. We need to do more precise tempo change. Now we play Portugal from right to left and late wing run, and you do this thing. And wide, and you try with a return. No changes in the back. Marit and Isabel number 3, Lina number 2, yeah, and the rest is your number 1, Amanda. 6 against 6 now. The only two things is the lead wing, anticipation and golden also. So both back, go without ball, okay?
Next time you block, instead of cross, go outside 1 by 1.
Yes, and then you can shoot from 7-8 meters. But the most important is the defense, the job you are doing in defense. It doesn't matter if they are 7 or 6. Okay, keep the pressing on there.
So Per Johannesson calling for more tempo in the attack and also abandoning the 7-on-6 attack. You can't have one without the other. And now he's just happy to focus on 6-on-6, hopefully get a bit more pace. And Lina Jorgensen has come in at right back, the Danish international for Bucharest. And here she is on the ball. Liagu has a look, 1 against 1, plays it out to the left-hand side, but a foul call by the referees. Very aggressive defending from Györi, stepping out to 9 meters, really challenging this backcourt to find a way past them or over them. Ball just about kept in play by Lina Jorgensen. Well, we now have Amanda Kurtovic at right wing. She's been pushed out to the wing. And Anja Althaus helps out her opponent there, clearing up the ball. Bit too much resin or sweat on it. And we go again with Frafjord getting us underway. Gulden in the center, plays it out to the left-hand side. Arm is up for passive play. Shot comes in, it's blocked. Looks like it'll be a Bucharest ball, still claimed by Jorgensen. Strong blocking there in the center, and the hand is still up for passive play. Ball into Jorgensen, she's got space for the shot, it's easily saved. Rebound to the wing, and this time it's put away. Not the greatest of shots from the backcourt, easily saved, but claimed nicely there by Amanda Kurtovic. She gets the rebound, and she gets her first goal of this Final Four. And finally, Bucharest settling into this match now. Almost halfway through the first half, just 8 goals scored. 5-3 in favor of the team on the ball now. Györi with Oftedal. She's held down. Looking for the breakthrough there. And Anna-Mette Hansen in the center. Nika Roth still out on the right-hand side there, but I think she'll be brought off in a minute or two for a left-hander. Plays it into the center to Hansen. Off to Oftedal, she breaks through, and that'll be a penalty. Excellent play again. She drops that shoulder so well. Fools the defense almost every time. They know it's coming, but there's not too much they can do about it. Great speed off the first 2 steps there as well. And there was not much the defense could do about that one. A heavy contact on the chest, and she's up. Got a smile on her face now as Nika Roth steps up to take the penalty. She scored her first attempt, and she scores this time, goes for the opposite corner this time around, and makes it double scores, 6-3, as we pass the halfway point of this first half. And Goriano almost got a foot to it. She knew where it was going, but couldn't react quite quickly enough. As we see Oana Manea come in on the line. Frafjord not too effective. She did win a penalty early on, but besides that, hasn't had much luck against this Györi defense. She's come in for Bucharest now on the line, Manea. Space in the center for Jorgensen. Plays it off to Gulden. Almost man marking there from Györi against Liagu. Ball into the line, and that is much better. Immediate impact by Oana Manea. Down the other end, Györi come back immediately. They'll have to slow things down. Ball out to the left-hand side for Gerbitz, and she finds the back of the net again. Excellent stuff by Anita Gerbitz. Perfect from the left wing, just 1 miss on the penalty line for her. Not much Goriano is able to do. Through the legs that time, nice low shot by Gerbitz. And once again, Bucuresti take out the goalkeeper. This time play 6-on-6 to even up the odds in attack. So still 30 seconds left in this 2-minute penalty. Gulden now plays it off to Niagu. She has a look around, taking her time. Medved goes in as a second line. Shot in from Jorgensen. Saved by Grimsbo, and the rebound goes Bucurest's way. Inside defending called by the referees. But another save by Grimsbo, and she made it look so easy. She knew exactly where Jorgensen was going. 2 shots from Lena Jorgensen, both have been somewhat predictable, at least as far as Kari Grimsbo is concerned. And it's almost a 3-3 in defense now from Györi. Really willing this Bucuresti side to come on and challenge them. Oh, and that's unfortunate. The shot from Niagu is blocked, and it somehow finds a way past Grimsbo. The score is back up to 7-5. Ball out to the right wing, and it's found the back of the net. First goal of the game for Bernadette Bodie. Hasn't seen much action so far, but as soon as she received that ball, she kept her calm. And now Grubasic in goal for CSM Bucuresti. Not much more success for her than Ungorianu had. Kurtovic brought on now on the right wing, as we have a bit of the swept up from the floor. Almost 18 minutes played here. This first half has flown by. Excellent tempo, particularly from Györi, who are generally the more composed and meticulous side in attack, but they've been so good in the counter-attacks. Whereas Bucuresti are still trying to find their feet, still trying to get that speed in attack between the back three. Go down in the center now. Calls the second line in. Now Niago looks for some space. Niago into the line, held up well by Bernadette Bodie. Just going to be a free throw. Manea trying to break free. Tried to wiggle herself free there, but good defending. And then supported beautifully by Growth there. Niago now on the ball again, taking her time, basketball style, plays it into the center. Referees then call a foul and a 2-minute suspension for Nikki Rhodes. She doesn't look impressed with it at all. They never do, though. Over-aggressive defending there. She asked Althaus what she did. There she is, pulling Manea down. It looked like both players are pretty guilty of it there, but the referees decide to give the 2-minute suspension to the Dutch international. And now a golden opportunity for Bucharest. A player up for the first time in this game. Can they cut the deficit? Gulden plays it out to the left-hand side. No space on the wing there. They'll have to recycle. Gulden slows it down again. She's in no rush here. Niago now into Gulden. Gulden into the line. That's a goal. If it wasn't a goal, it would have been a penalty. 2 goals in quick succession for Oana Manea. Second goal from 2 attempts for her. And an excellent impact since she came on for Frafjord. And it's given that back court a genuine extra option on the line, and that's going to make Györi think twice in their defense. The ball into Amorim in the center now. Off to all, back into Amorim, ball out to the left-hand side, but held up nicely there. Maria Gonzalez, who's come in as a right back. The left-hander a bit stranded there on the left-hand side. She goes back to her position, and here is Gonzalez, plays it into the center. Off to all, tries to dance her way through. Nice ball out to the right-hand side, attacking foul there. Good call by the referees. She had her space, she didn't move it into it quickly enough. Gulden now has a look around. Bounces out to the right-hand side. Space for the shot on the wing. The referee said it was standing inside. Oh, that is not an error you want to see at this level. So much space for Amanda Kurtovic. And let's look at it again. Did the referees have it right? They had it spot on. Excellent call. You almost expect at this level that they would never touch the line and almost never look at it, but good call by the referees there. And a real let-off for Györi. We've managed to kill this 2-minute suspension. Still 2 goals up. Amorim now runs into a bit of trouble. And Yvette Broch gets us back underway. Gonzalez in the center now. Expect the empty switch from her to bring Oftedal into play in the center. And here she is after the line switch. But much better defending here from Bucharest. They've stepped it up since these opening minutes, and now they forced a passive play goal, almost stolen, but instead Sina Oftedal fires in a shot on the run into the top, bottom right-hand corner. Wastes no time at all there. Saw her target, drew in the defender, and places it past Grubasic to extend the lead to 3 goals. Just over 21 minutes played here in our opening semi-final of the women's EHF Final 4. And it's Györi who've started the better. 3 goals up here, but Bucharest settling into things now a bit. Niagu on the ball is hauled down. The referees will just give a free for that. A bit high by Maria Gonzalez, but no punishment for her. Gulden sets things in motion again. Niagu tries to break free into Bella Gulden, shoots with her left hand and passes it into the goal. Down the other end now, a chance for Györi, and it's just going to be a free throw. Very well done by Bella Gulden there. Looks like she had run out of space, but switched the ball into her left hand and just passed it, placed it past Grimsbo. Oftedal on the ball now. She has a look around, plays it into Amarim. No space for her shot. Gonzalez was on the ball, but the referees say that was an attacking foul by the line player, I believe, by Broch. And all of a sudden, Bucharest have a chance to cut the deficit to 1 now. But every single time Niagu gets in the ball and dares to take a step towards that Györi goal, Gonzalez is right out on top of her. Gulden out to the right-hand side, back into Gulden. Second line in now from the left wing. A bit of space for Niagu to run into. She has a look around, takes a long-range shot, it's blocked on the way through. Fast break opportunity on the left-hand side, played right down the middle to Anya Althaus. Althaus, oh, out to the left. But overrun or underpass, whichever way you want to look at it. It didn't reach the hands of Anita Gerbitz. And a wasted opportunity there. Great fast breaking by Althaus down the middle, but couldn't find the intended target afterwards. And now we see, for the first time, Yombla in the attack for Bucharest. Gulden now. Oh, tries to play it off to Manea, but it goes to nobody. They left it behind, and fast break chance now, and it's saved. And the referees are happy with the challenge as well. Good save by Elena Grubasic. A good pressure as well. Difficult one to call, particularly when it looks like they're just behind. It doesn't matter now because Eduarda Amarim, oh, no goal for her, too many steps. Goal by the referee. It's madness down here. Down the other end, Bucharest shot, and it's a penalty. Finally, after about 30 seconds of pure madness, I have a chance to catch my breath. End-to-end stuff here. A couple of golden opportunities not finding their way in. First of all, as I mentioned there, it looked like a bit of pressure on the back. And that time, foot on the line. Again called by the referees. Excellent view there. Christina Niagu steps up to take the penalty. She fakes it once and she buries it into the top left-hand corner. No messing around there for Christina Niagu. Cuts the deficit to just 1 goal. That's her 3rd of the day. And it means she's just 1 behind Iveta Luzimova in the overall top scorer ranking. 104 goals for her. Luzimova, who's not here this weekend, on 105, so it's just a matter of time before Niagu takes the top spot. Althaus almost leaves it behind her. Kroot now plays it out to the left-hand side. Back to Kroot. Not much going on the right-hand side, just recycles it. Shot in by Nika Kroot, and that is beautifully put away. Didn't look like there was much going on there, but she had a bit of space, had a look up, took the shot, and it's 10-8 to Györi. It doesn't take much for the Dutch international to just fire one in. If there's any lapse in concentration by the Bucharest defense, she's going to punish them, and that is the big problem point for Bucharest. That defense, they're not always switched on, and they definitely weren't there. Gulden, oh, she tries to switch around, somehow manages to keep the ball in play, almost overran it. She's fouled. With just over 4 minutes left in this first half, Bucharest, despite not having the best of days, are still in touch here. Just 2 goals down. Kurtovic, long-range shot into the top left-hand corner. That'll settle her nerves. Big goal for her. Big goal for Bucharest, down to 1. Amorim shot in, and she buries it in past Grubasic. Instant reply by Györi. Second goal for her. She's delighted with herself. Just danced her way through, found a load of space. Good blocking there on the line from Althaus as well. Drew in 2 defenders. Gulden couldn't do much about it. Neither could Grubasic. 3.5 minutes left here in our opening semi-final at the Women's EHF Final 4. Ball into Gulden. She gets things going again. Manea being manhandled there on the line. Gulden goes in as a second line player before she looks to move out again. Not quite sure what she was looking for there. Anna Mette Hansen has a smirk on her face, calling too many steps there by the attacker. Line switch into Kurtovic. Nyombla now has a look, plays it out to Gulden. She has nowhere to go. Back to Nyombla. She's got a bit of space, plays it into the line, and that's nicely put away. Much better handball overall there. And it's Julia Correa. Her first of the game, I think. Nice pass in there. Nyombla had a bit of space to jump into if she wanted to, but spotted Julia Correa in on the line. And as I said, first goal of the game for her. Just a 1-goal lead. 11-10. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. Nika Kroot plays it at the left-hand side. It's stolen. Nicely stolen there. Nyombla's waiting in the fast break. Oh, off the post. Unfortunate for her, and it's claimed by a Györi player. Grimsbo celebrates as if it were a save. But she had her angles covered. As you see the replay there, a chance. So Györi goes a begging, but it's a free throw. Perry Hannison telling his defense where to go. Much better in defense from them in the last 15 minutes or so. And Brock gets us underway. Going to take their time here. Try go 2 attacks to 1 in this final 100 seconds or so. Bounced by Eduarda Amorim, and the referees call a penalty. The fist is pumped. She did well there. She fooled the entire defense who were expecting a pass or a shot, decided to bounce through, took the hit, and earned herself a penalty. But also managed to hit Grubasic on the face as well. Not her fault, though, as she was being hauled down as she released the shot. Let's look at it again. Straight into the kisser. She's up and looks like she's okay. She's willing to step up and face the penalty. To be taken by Nika Kroot. She fakes it once and finds the bottom left-hand corner. Excellent penalty taking from her since she took over from Gerbitz. 4 from 4 overall. And a 2-goal lead once again for the Hungarian side. Now Lena Jørgensen out on the right wing for the moment. Can't expect that for long. You can see a switch on the wing between Kurtovic and Jørgensen. Kurtovic plays it into the center. Gulden line switch with Manea. Niagu looks for it and gets it. She finds a bit of space in the center, but Kurtovic can't quite control it. Niagu again, almost looked like too many steps there. Referees are happy to play on. Gulden on the right-hand side now. Hand will be up for passive play any moment, unless they get moving here. And here is the hand for passive play. Just 6 passes left. Ball out to the right-hand side. Held up Good defending here by Györi. Györi tries to break through, forces a shot away. Strong defending again. Annika Groth, Yvette Brock there beside her. Anna Mette Hansen in the center as well has done excellently since she came on. Györi with the shot, blocked, off the post as well, and kept in play by Györi. Played down to the right-hand side, and a timeout called. Timeout call by Györi. Came as a bit of a shock to everyone as they had the fast break. Ambrose Martin wasn't the one who made the timeout call. He didn't push the buzzer, but somebody did. Somebody on their side pushed the buzzer. Let's listen in.
Do that.
No? Okay.
I think we can score with a more simple situation,
Okay.
no risk. Okay.
Okay.
So,
How you wish?
yes, let's
Play dupla instead of dupla. I pass you. You go one by one.
no shoot in the last 10 seconds, okay? And if not, continuation.
Okay, but we do it.
But you in the middle ready, okay? Go!
No, no, no.
Do that, vamos!
Reception from the wings. They have attacked us in the central the last 10 minutes, okay? Make sure that the central is closed. If the ball comes to Lina, try to tackle. If the ball goes wide to you, try to tackle. Be ready for 7 against 6, okay? The same thing. Don't let Tina do her things. Keep castle, and then if possible, it's maybe not your control.
15 seconds left here. Perry Johannesson said expect 7 and 6. It isn't 7 and 6. They've gone for a simple solution, as Ambrose Martin said. Amarim tries to break through. She is held up. Just a free throw. 1 second left here. Will they get the shot off? Well, they'll have to take the shot. It looks like Amarim will step up to face the 6-player wall. So the final action of this first half, Eduarda Amarim against 7 Bucharest players. She takes a shot and it's straight into the wall, and that is it for the first half in our first semi-final at the Women's EHF Final 4 2018. And it's flown by this opening 30 minutes. Excellent handball, particularly from Györi, who have played their style of handball, but somehow CSM Bucuresti have managed to stay in touch. They've improved as the 30 minutes have gone on. Not quite up to the standard they can play at, but they're still in the game here. It's CSM Bucuresti 10, Györi, Audi, ETO, KC 12. And in about 14 minutes, we'll be back with the second half. And just a reminder that this is the first of our 2 semi-finals today here at Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest. Coming up at 6 o'clock Central European time, we have Rostov-Don against HC Vardar. And while we have this halftime break, make sure to check out our social media channels and our mobile reporters, Berenice, Brian and Marcio, who are buzzing around the arena trying to give you some nice content which can't be seen anywhere else, to be honest. So check them out all over our social media channels. That's at EHFCL on Twitter, at EHFCL on Instagram, and EHF_live on Snapchat. Quick look at the stats there. Scoring, you can see 80% from Györi. That is incredible. A real lack of goalkeeping luck for Bucharest in this first half, who have really managed to cut the deficit and keep it close due to the turnovers. As you can see, 10 turnovers from Györi. When they do complete the passes and open up the opportunities, they're putting them away almost all the time. But they're also giving the ball away a few too many times, and that is why it's such a close game. Cornelia Nika Groth with 4 goals, Anita Gerbitz with 3 from the left wing, and Christina Neagu, the standout performer so far for Bucharest, with 3 goals. We're going to take a little break here for half-time, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for the second half. But until then, enjoy some highlights of this compelling first semi-final of the Women's EHF Final 4. Hello, and you're very welcome back to the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest, Hungary, for the second half of our first semi-final of the Women's EHF Final 4 between CSM Bucuresti and Györi Audi ETO KC. It is the 2016 champions Bucharest against the 2017, the defending champions Györi. And it's been a scrappy game. neither side can be 100% happy with their play, but it's been the excellent defending by Györi which has given them the edge so far in this first half, and they find themselves 12-10 up at the break. Bucharest, they haven't had a great game. The goalkeepers haven't really shown up yet, and not helped too much by their defense, but as the first half progressed, they managed to get a few steals, a few fast break goals, and the likes of Christina Niagu and Oana Manea have forced in a few goals of their own to keep this one close. And 2 goals is absolutely nothing with 30 minutes left to play. We can expect a much, much better performance from Bucharest in the second half. And the only question is whether Györi allowing Bucharest to stay in contention in the 30 minutes, despite being relatively dominant, will come back to haunt them. On the line, of course, is a spot in tomorrow's Women's EHF Champions League final, where they will await the winner of our second semi-final at 6 o'clock today between Rostov Don from Hungary, who are debutants at this level, and HC Vardar from Skopje, who have been in every single Women's EHF Final Four, all 5 of them to date. They've only reached one final, and that was last year, where they lost in heartbreaking fashion after extra time against Györi. And for the Vardar players, it is their last chance as a squad before the vast majority of them move on to other clubs, and the club focuses on local talent. But let's focus on the game ongoing. And as I said, it's a close one. Just a 2-goal lead for Györi. 12-10 at the break. They had a fantastic start. I think it took about 10 minutes for Bucharest to get their first goal of the game. And it all depends on who comes out the stronger, who comes out of the blocks flying in this second half. It'll have a big, big say in how it goes. No more room for nerves here. No more space for error. Looks like Elena Grubasic gets the nod in goal for the start of the second half. And we're just a couple of moments away from the start of this second half. And as you'll see on the right-hand side of your screen, attacking from right to left in the black kit will be CSM Bucuresti, and defending on the left-hand side in the all-white with green trim is Györi. It looks like Frafjord has come back onto the line. She gets things going in this second half. Lina Jørgensen on the right wing, Amanda Kurtovic at right back, an unusual pairing like that. Jørgensen not so used to playing as a winger. We'll see if she'll be drifting in to the backcourt. But at the moment, we get things going with Bella Guldan in the center, and a line switch with Frafjord. Plays it out to the right. Niagu on the ball now. She drifts out to the left, tries to break free, plays it out to Guldan, back into Niagu, but there's no space for her. She wasn't on the move. Taking the time now, Bucharest in attack. Not too much pace on it. Almost stolen there. It was in fact stolen, but the referee's called for a foul. And we go again. Guldan in the center. The hand is now up for passive play. They took their time with it. A shot comes in, and it's a low one, but it's easily stopped by Grimsbo. Ball out to the right-hand side to Groth, plays it into the center to Oftedal. Eduardo Amorim plays it back into the middle, but she was held up. The referees blew the whistle before she could get it away. Here we go again. Gerbitz on the left wing into Amorim as Oftedal gets her set play in motion. Bringing in Gerbitz as a second line player from the left wing. Amorim now has space, plays it into the line. Nice pass and nice finish by Yvette Brock. Hadn't had too much joy from the line in that first half. She was mostly creating space for others, but she got her hands on the ball there and puts it away for a 3-goal lead at the start of this second half. Strong start, a very considered approach and attack from Györi again, just like they started the first half. And now it's up for Bucharest, up to Bucharest to respond. Gildan on the ball, plays it out to Niagara. Niagara has a look around. Referees call a halt to play, and that is a 2-minute suspension for Yvette Brock. Didn't look like there was too much in it. There was a bit of dragging out of the attacker. Let's look at it again. Dragging two players at once there. Well, yeah, that's pretty blatant. Safjord having a tough time, but she'll have a bit of space now. 2-minute suspension. And you're one woman up in the attack, or Bucuresti one woman up in the attack, or rather. Ball out to the right-hand side. Space there for Jorgensen, and she puts it away. As Lena Jorgensen isn't used to playing in the right wing, and she looks pretty delighted with that goal. I think she's as shocked as the rest of us that she took the shot from the right wing. And she puts it away. And after a bit of a torrid first half for her, that'll settle her nerves, as Bucuresti cut the gap to 2. Empty goal for Györi now as they even up the odds in attack, 6-on-6. Ball out to the left wing, not much of an angle, but a spun pass by Anita Gerbitz. Excellent finish. She didn't have much to work with there, but she waited before she dropped the hand down low and spun it past Grubasic. Looks a bit mortified with that one. Well, no goalkeeper, but it looked like that was coming from a mile away. And through the legs of the keeper there. 3-goal lead once again for Györi. Gildan in the centre, plays it out to Niagu. Niagu has a look, shot wide to the right-hand side, but there's a foul. Had a bit of space there. She will look for the same again. Gildan plays it out eventually. Shot comes in immediately. No wasting of any time there for Christina Niagu. Her 4th goal of the game. I mentioned in the first half, she was 4 behind the top scorer of the competition. Now level on 105 goals this season. Oh, and close there for Kari Grimsbo. Got a nick on it, but not enough to keep it out of net. And it's a 2-goal game once again. The 2-minute suspension is over. Well killed by Györi. They even got a goal of their own. And Althaus now on the line for them. Grote out to Oftedal. Bernadette Bodie has no space in the wing. They try to recycle it. Shot comes in. Nicely saved. Rebound for Bodie. Plays it out to the left-hand side, but there's no space. They recycle it again. There's no rush for them. Oftedal now goes 1 against 1. Plays it inside. Is there space? There is no space. Good defending. Gildan is happy with it. Long ball out to the right wing. There's space now, but she doesn't fancy it. Oh, and it's messy now, and Per Johannesson is down, looking for the passive play to be called. The hand is up. Time is running out for Györi to get their shot away. Oftedal plays it in to Eduardo Amorim, and the shot comes off the face of the keeper. Rebound is no good. Oh, it's called as a corner throw. And we'll have to stop play here for a moment as that shot came firing straight at Grubasic's face. She's had a couple of those already today. Let's look at it again. Shot came in from Amorim. It looked like it moved in the air because Grubasic, she was there. It went through her hands. Thankfully, she had a head there to stop it. Couple of saves for her in quick succession. And that's big for Bucuresti because they had basically none in the first half. Gerbitz gets us going again. Just over 5 minutes played in the second half. 2-goal lead for Györi, as we were at the break. 12-10 at the break, now 14-12. Amorim tries to find some space inside. Ball into the line is no good. We'll have a free throw again. Much, much better defending from this CSM Bucuresti side. Long-range shot comes into the near post, saved. And still a Györi ball in attack. Oftedal now on the right-hand side. Plays it into Grote. Nicky Grote, line switch with Brock. Back in, down the right-hand side now. Space on the wing for the shot, and it's saved again. Rebound, Brock. This time it goes in. A bit of luck there for Györi, but that's exactly what you need at this level. Perja Hannesen is not a happy camper after that. All the hard work and defense. A fourth save in about 2 minutes from Grubasic, but then they give away the rebound and it all counts for nothing. 15-12. And Bucuresti now in attack. 2 line players. Gulden on the left-hand side, plays it into Kurtovic. Kurtovic back to Gulden, into Niagu, not really going anywhere. Tries to find a way through herself, saved, rebound, Mehmetovic. Oh, near post. Somehow managed to squeeze it in. Amorim now down the other end, and Amorim is hauled down. And she stays down now. It's like she hit the ground heavily there. Good defending by Jorgensen. And the medics have been called on for Györi, and you could see the grimace on her face there. Difficult to see where the injury is. Looks like it could be on that right leg. Perhaps just a dead leg, bit of contact there on the calf muscle. That's what's being massaged at the moment. Maybe a bit of cramp enforced by that heavy contact. Amorim is happy to get up now. She'll have to come off, but at least she's moving and putting weight on it. So hopefully nothing more than a contact injury for her. She's been so important today, Eduarda Amorim, playing at left back. And Anna Mette Hansen now comes in for her chance to shine again. Did well, particularly in defense in the first half. And she's in the center now as Oftedal plays her the ball. Expect a line switch there. And space now in the middle for Oftedal. Plays it out to the left-hand side. Mette Hansen into Oftedal. The shot comes in. And it's a 3-goal lead once again for Györi. Bucuresti come down the other end immediately. Can they find some space? Gulden plays it back into the center to Niagu. But they're not finding any luck there in the first wave of attack. They get going very quickly. But the defense, the transitional defense from Györi is just so good. They're all back, all 6 players back immediately. Giving no joy to the likes of Kurtovic, who likes to fire down the other end of the court. Long-range shot is easily saved, but a foul on Bella Gulden. Not impressed with that shove. And they go again, Gulden in the center. Niagu calls a play. Looks like she'll get into the center now. Running onto it, here is Niagu, plays that to Gulden. She tries to find a way through, too many steps almost, but the shot comes in from the left wing. Mehmetovic puts it away, 2 in quick succession for her. Györi down the other end. Ball across, nice pass to the right wing, and it's wide to the left-hand side. What a miss. Great play by Oftedal to set up the space down the right-hand side. The ball came in to the wing, but it's wide. Bucuresti, after a much better attack there, looked like Gulden almost took too many steps before she played the ball out to Mehmetovic. They got away with it, and here they are in attack again. And Gulden into Niagu. Niagu tries to find some space. Ball into the line, but it's no good. Referees will call a free. Push on the back of Jorgensen, who came in as the second line. Niagu again in the center. Gulden into Niagu. She goes to the second line, but the shot comes in immediately by Christina Niagu. Cuts the deficit down to 1 goal. 16-15. Anna Mette Hansen tries to break free on the left-hand side. Free called by the referee. Good defending by Jorgensen on her compatriot. And the Romanian fans are looking a bit happier now. They've cut the gap quickly from 3 down to 1. as we approach the 40-minute mark here. Oftedal looks like it got a hit in the face there. The referees are not too bothered by it. Just a free throw, and she's okay as well. Brock gets us going again. Ball out to Hansen. Back into Oftedal. Spins around, out to the right-hand side. Space again for the shot from the right wing, and it's high and wide. Correa Gonzalez has missed 2 of those, and they haven't even been close. She's more of a right back. Looked like there is a hint of contact there. But Medvedevic is a wily character, and she gets away with it. And all of a sudden, 3 goals down just a moment ago. Now Bucuresti have a chance to draw level. Niagu plays it off to Kurtovic. Niagu again looks for some space. Ball out to Gulden is not a good one. She manages to keep it in play. Jorgensen on the ball now. Into Niagu. Slows things down, basketball style. Plays it into the center. Gulden, ball into the line was a good one, but Jorgensen wasn't looking. She was too worried about finding good space. She had plenty of space. Ball was no good. Attacker foul. A bit rushed there by Oftedal, and you can see it could be a hint of nerves creeping into this Györi side. It was all looking very comfortable a couple of minutes ago. They had a great start to this second half, but Bucuresti have been much, much better in defense, and they're somehow finding a way to put the ball into the back of the net as well. So then switches with Kurtovic, who drifts into the center now. Niagu into Kurtovic. Long range shot from her! Oh, in off the underside with a crossbar. That is a beauty from Amanda Kurtovic. Out of nowhere. And we're all square at 16, 42 minutes played, 18 left. And there's a timeout called by Ambros Martin. Their lead is gone. It's 16-all. Let's listen in to the coaches.
We are doing the opposite. When they are here and they play the 2x2 with the pivot here and Nika is out, the center has to be a bit more down, and then the chapter from your side. Okay, because if not, it's a very big space to play.
So much.
Okay, we help a bit more in the ball carry.
Come on, guys.
Yes, it's working there. If Kurtovic is playing, let's play there, this 2x2. Also, if Gulden is playing the middle, 2x2 or 1x1 we can, for you or for you. Full power.
Come on.
And if we go in breaking through, pass the wing. If we go to the middle, pass the wing, go.
Keep going.
We do this and you tell me finger, they know. I will just come wide. Give it to you, you go strong in and cross me. Bella, you are there wide. Okay?
Listen, now it's me, listen. When we do Barca wide, Kempa wide or David Sirocco, instead no bouncing, because now it's good. Bella comes here, Bella do return, and look for the pivot. Just keep the block. Listen.
You can hear in the timeout there. Ambros Martin worried more about the Bucuresti attack than his own attack. Seems pretty happy with how they're playing an attack, but it really seems to have a solution for every type of Bucuresti attack, at least in theory. Let's see about the practice. Ball into Vroth. Bounce it, ball out to the right-hand side. Bernadette Bodie now on the ring. Long-range shot is easily saved. Much, much better defending and much, much better goalkeeping as well from Grubasic in the Bucuresti goal, and that has paved their way back into this game. And now an opportunity after 43 minutes of this match to take their very first lead. Niagu into Gulden and Kurtovic. It's been over 5.5 minutes since Györi's last goal. Niagu drifts into the center. She's got the ball now, plays it off to Gulden. Gulden into Niagu. Space on the right-hand side. Is that an attacker foul? The ball goes out of play anyway. And it's a Györi ball. Out to the left-hand side. Amorim plays a nice behind-the-back pass, and that's almost a breakthrough, but good defending there Ball out to the left-hand side. Space now for Nika Groth, and she bounces it into the top right-hand corner. Good response after the timeout from Györi. Also good to see Eduarda Amorim back on court after her what looked like a bit of a contact injury. Nicely done there. Defenders hadn't got back in time. With an easy goal for Györi, who regained the lead. 17-16. 16 minutes left to play. Gulden, ball into the line is no good. Almost intercepted. It is now in the hands of Kari Grimsbo. Plays it out to the center. Space on the left-hand side. Breakthrough is no good. They play it back into the center, and Amorim slows things down. Allows Oftedal to go back into the centre-back position. And Hoyer Györi rings around the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena here in Budapest. They have the vast majority of fans. They're making their voices heard in this crucial phase of this semi-final match. Groth plays it out to Oftedal. Oftedal back into the centre, into Amorim. Tries to break free, gets free and scores! 18-16. Good, simple handball. Driving through at every opportunity, trying to find that space. Eventually it came to Eduarda Amorim. And it's a 2-goal lead once again. 15 minutes left in this one. We've played 3/4 of this semi-final. Niagu tries to break through. Referees just give a 9-meter throw. Nika Groth has been in the thick of things in defense and in attack as well, also playing brilliantly as a right back, filling in very, very well. Not an easy task at all for any right-hander, never mind one who's typically a centre back. And it's that woman on your screen, Eduarda Amorim, who's had a big part to play in this Györi lead. 2-goal lead now. 14.5 minutes left. Lena Jorgensen goes in as a second line. Kurtovic plays it into Gulden. Gulden is held up. And we go again. Niagu tries to go 1-against-1. Space for her for the shot, and it goes wide to the right. Almost broke free there. Got her hand free, but was just being held up as she took the shot. Gets us going. And the combination between Gulden and Niagu hasn't quite flourished yet today, but they're still in with a shot here. Spin by Gulden, and she wins the penalty out of absolutely nowhere. Looked like she ran into trouble, but she's so composed on the ball. Knew there was no one to pass to. Somehow kept it going with the bounce. And she wins the penalty to be taken by Kristina Niagu. She fakes it once. Oh, tries to drop it over the head of the keeper. Is no good. Rebound also no good. Free throw is given eventually. She tried to drop it over the head of Eva Kiss, who is perhaps the tallest goalkeeper, the tallest player in the Women's EHF Champions League. In those situations, you just want to bury it. But she tried to be smart about it. Still in possession now. Jorgensen on the ball, tries to find a teammate, eventually gets it to Niagu. Kurtovic into Niagu, long range shot over the top and wide. Huge let off there. And there's that save again by Eva Kiss. Grimsbo is delighted for her teammate as she comes back on court. The lesson to be learned there, don't try and drop it over the head of an incredibly tall goalkeeper who's standing out on top of you. And after Györi went through a 6-minute dry spell, now it's Bucurest's turn. 5.5 minutes without a goal for them since they've drawn level. Referees bring the floor wipers on, clear up a bit of sweat. And it's been a fantastic response from Györi since they went from 16-13 up to 16-all. Ambros Martin called the timeout, calmed things down, and they came out flying since then. And they've taken a 2-goal lead once again. Just over 12 minutes left here. Oftedal plays it out to Amorim. Space on the left wing, and it's dropped in the near post. It's a classic Anita Gerbit's goal from the left wing. It looks like she hurt herself a bit as well as she hobbles back. Shot comes in down the other end, and it's saved somehow by Grimsbo, who's stopping everything at this stage. And the timeout is called by Per Johannesson. The right call as well from him. Things were getting out of hand. Let's listen in to hear what he has to say to his team.
Hey, come here, listen. Line change. Hagman in. We will play now 7 against 6. But if we play 6 against 6, respect the system. Respect the system. Without this crossing of zones, play what I asked you to do. Wide. Bella Kristina special, but play together in the system. 7 against 6, believe in it. And the defense is the same thing. And we need to contra girls. Come on now.
Full hands, right there.
Keep more, come on! And play like a team! Do it right thing!
But you run inside in the right moment. You has the ball in there. If not, take an easy move. Gorba, run back again and move the ball. Now Kristina is a bit out. We need to keep the pressure on her. But important do that. If we do it individual, with the pivot all the time.
Respect the system, says Per Johansson. Too many players in the backcourt drifting into each other's positions. Not enough incisive backcourt play. There's Ambros Martin. Focuses solely on Niagu, putting the pressure on her. He sees stopping her as the key to this game. It's worked out so far. Gulden now plays it into Niagu. Plays it out to the right wing. There's space there for Hagman, and it's saved! Györi Grimsbo, big stop there for her. She's been excellent today. So much space for Hagman. But Györi Grimsbo saw it coming a mile away, lifted the right leg. And a big moment in this game now. With just over 11 minutes left, a chance for Györi to extend their lead to 4 goals, which at this stage is almost insurmountable. Line switch. Althaus plays it in to Oftedal. Amorim in the center now, waiting for the pass. The pass is not good though. Plays it again to Oftedal. She gets the shot away, saved by Grubasic. Referees are happy with no foul there. Into Gulden. The space on the left-hand side. Line player free as well. Play it back inside to the center. Shot comes in and it's saved again. Györi Grimsbo saves it again, and it goes out wide. So far wide that it's a sideline throw. Jorgensen had plenty of space with that shot. Still can't find the back of the net from the backcourt. He's pulled one away from the wing, but besides that, hasn't had too much luck. It's not been her day. She got free for the shot. A bit of contact from Oftedal as well. Now 7 on 6, as we heard Johansson mentioned in the timeout. 2 line players in there. Niagu into Gulden, out to the right-hand side. Shot comes in, saved again. Attacking foul, in fact, called on Lena Jorgensen. It's a bit of a nightmare for her at the moment. Just over 10 minutes left to play here, and everything is going Györi's way. Been a huge momentum shift since that timeout at 16-all, and look at that, over 10 minutes without a goal for Bucuresti. You cannot get away with this at that level. That's going to be a penalty. The shirt was pulled over the head, and a 2-minute suspension for Nathalie Hagman. She was claiming that her shirt was being tugged as well. A 2-minute suspension for her, her first of the game. And real danger now for Bucharest. Well done again by Amorim. Wins the penalty. He'll be taken by Grode. Oh, and it's saved. Oh, almost saved. Sneaks in on the right-hand side and just in off the post. A let off for Grode and Györi there, who take a 4-goal lead. 9.5 minutes left to play. Real danger zone now for Bucharest. Gulden in the center, plays it out to Niago on the left. Jorgensen goes in as a second line, plays it off to Niago, who's willing to slow things down. They're trying to kill the penalty as well. Shot comes in, and is that a penalty? It is a penalty. It looks like a bit of a soft one, but inside defending nonetheless. Let's look at it again. And you can see Gerbitz is about 2 meters inside. She didn't make too much contact, but enough to give away the penalty. And it's going to be taken by Amanda Kurtovic. Kurtovic steps up. She fakes it once and fires it in on the right-hand side. Cuts the deficit down to 3 again. Her 4th of the game. No luck for Eva Kiss this time around. Oftedal in the center. Amorim, Oftedal. Oftedal finds some space for herself. Shot comes in straight at the keeper. Referees call a free throw. Did brilliantly there to work her way around the block. Here we go again. Oftedal has a look around, plays it off to the right-hand side. Space on the wing for Bodie, and she fires it over the top of Grubasic. Probably could have done better there, the goalkeeper. The shot wasn't fantastic, but it was just enough on it to find the roof of the net. And the 4-goal lead is restored. 8 minutes left, time running out for CSM Bucuresti. Jon Blah now in at right back, looking for solutions wherever they can find them. She's on the ball now, plays it wide, or cross to the left to Gulden, back into the center. Goes 1 against 1. Niago drifts over to the center now. Not doing much in the last few minutes. Looks like she's a bit shook on confidence. And it says empty goal on your screen, but there is in fact a goalkeeper there. Ball goes out to the left-hand side. It's no good, and the referees give a free throw. Jon Blah waiting on the right-hand side. Niago now goes 1 against 1, plays it in to Gulden. Gulden is held up straight away. Strong defense again. They're out immediately every single time. And now the timeout buzzer pressed by Per Johansson. Tries to reset a bit and give them a plan for these final few passes. Well, let's listen in to what he has to say in the timeout.
We need to be some desperate now in everything we do. Now it's time to get gambling a bit. Every contra, we go total. If Camille and Sabina play together, you both run as backs, okay? We play still 7 against 6 with the Njosto's right back, Amanda right wing. But Amanda play number 2. But we need to be desperate to have flow.
And we need to play for each other! We need to play like a team!
Believe! Come on!
Play for each other! Try, Tracy!
One pass at the beginning and 3 more.
Four.
Attention, Bodes. Attention, the wing without ball and Niago pass directly here. Attention also, the high pass from Gulden to both back, from Cristina Odis. Attention, okay? But if they go on shots, go out without pushing, go out and...
Time to be a bit desperate, says Per Johansson. Time for them to give it their all. They've really nothing to lose now. 4 goals down. Shot comes in by Gulden. And that was a bit desperate. Easily saved by Grimsbo, who's had a stormer in this game. shot wasn't too bad. Actually, it wasn't really a save. It hit off the post, but she's claiming it as a save. Nevertheless, it didn't go in. That's what is the important thing here. And Györi in the driving seat here, holding all the cards, in possession, 4 goals up, time on their side. Groth into Mette Hansen. Ball across to the right-hand side, excellent play, tearing the defense apart. And it's a 5-goal lead now. Very, very difficult to see a way back for Bucharest now. They're going to give it their all. They're going to push for these remaining 6 minutes, that's for sure. But what can they come up with? Ball into Niago. She'll take the shot and fires it into the top right-hand corner. Much, much better for her and from the attack in general. Opened up the space, and that's all that Niago needs. A couple of steps, and she rockets it in. Sends Grimsbo the wrong way. It's 4 goals once again. Just over 5 minutes left. 5.5 minutes is enough time to come back here, but they're going to have to stop Györi, and they're not going to stop Györi like that. Stina Oftedal finds way too much space down the left-hand side, and Bucuresti just give it away. They fail to find Nyombla. We're into the final 5 minutes of this opening semi-final at the Women's EHF Final 4. And it's the defending champions, Györi. 5 goals up against the 2016 champions, Bucharest. And barring a complete and utter disaster for Györi, they should be finding a way into the final. That one looked like it was blocked almost. Went over the top. But in possession of Bucharest now. Ball out to the left-hand side is stolen. It was a wild pass and it's stolen back by Niago. Good work from her there. They're going to have to push it on now. But the referees decide to stop play. Could be a bit of a injury to Bernadette Bodie. And she's okay. Well worked back by Niago to win it back. And that's exactly the kind of desperation play Per Johansson needs. Well, what other desperate measures can they come up with to cut the deficit here? They've pulled the goalkeeper, playing 7-on-6 in attack. Ball into Gulden. Gulden plays it into the line, but it doesn't connect. Open goal for Grimsbo to shoot at if she wanted. Plays it off, and that is going in. And it's a 6-goal lead now. Grimsbo was unselfish with it, played it off to Eduarda Amorim, and she put it away with aplomb. 4 minutes left, 6-goal lead, and that is pretty much that. Niago into the center now. Ball in by Gulden, who's shoved down. What can you say about this Györi defense? It has just been in your face from the very first minute until the very last. They have not stopped, they have not relented, they have not given Niago and Gulden the space they crave. Niago plays it into the line, space there for Manea, she drops it over the head of Grimsbo. 5-goal deficit again. It's not impossible, but it's very, very improbable. Full court press now, I think, is needed. And that's exactly what Bucharest are doing. Pushing out, marking every single woman, and looking for the steal. And there comes a timeout from Martin as he gives his team a solution to this new defensive problem. 3 minutes left. Let's listen in.
Yes, but don't go so far from the line. Yes, yes. And we play like this pass. When we play this pass and move, but don't go behind. Go forward, everybody, and give a chance. Foul is very good, because then they will go in 6 meters and we play normal. But yes, this is good. And until the last moment, no precipitation, okay? And it's much better for us, this type of defense. Go!
I go up with a +1. After a while, 2 passes, you go up in 4-2. And then you get ready. No more free throws now. Okay, we need the ball. No change in the contra. Just go, try to find a player and just go. Come on.
3 minutes! Fight until the end! Come on!
3 minutes left, 5-goal deficit. And as Perry Hansen said, Bucharest need the steals. They cannot afford to give away free throws. They have to be smart. And there is a free throw. Held up by Jakobsen. Altas gets us going again. Amorim plays it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back into Amorim. There is the steal, almost. Ball into Altas on the line, and almost stolen. But the ball eventually finds its way through to Anya Altas. She puts it away. 6-goal lead, shot in by Niagu, hits the crossbar, and she's holding her hand in pain. Good defending once again. And it looks like the goose is cooked for Bucharest. Niagu works her way back slowly. Gonzalez on the ball now. It's just about not giving it away, not being silly with possession. Gonzalez plays it off to Amorim. She's got space, goes one against one. She knows exactly what she's doing, just drawing the foul. Not enough pressure from Bucharest in defense here. Off to Dahl, breaks through and scores, as we've seen her do so often today. So fleet-footed. Just dances her way through that defense. And now it's a 7-goal lead. Shot comes in and it's saved again. Ball goes out for a free throw, or a sideline ball rather. 7-goal lead, and even though it's Bucharest who are the ones who have to push on in these final 5-10 minutes, they've not been able to produce the goods. Save after save, block after block, and goal after goal for Györi. With just over a minute left, the crowd, or the vast majority of this crowd, on their feet. Ball into the line to Manea, and she finds a way through. She's been perhaps the most accurate player and consistent player so far today for Bucharest, but they haven't found her enough. 4 from 4 for her, and it's not enough. Grimsbo beaten on this occasion, but she's been so good today. Ball out to the left-hand side. There's space there for the shot. Dropped over the head of the keeper. It's saved, though. Good stop by Grubasic. Niagu now down the other end. 30 seconds left. Just counting down the seconds now, and that's another big save. I don't know how Grimsbo managed to keep that one out. Somehow saved it off her head. The crowd on their feet, the bench on their feet. 10 seconds left here for Györi to close this game out. They give it away, but it won't matter. 2 seconds left, and that's the end of our first semi-final of the Women's EHF Final 4 2018, and it is a comprehensive and impressive victory for Györi, Audi, ETO, KC. From the very first minute, they set out their stall. Excellent defense, incisive counter-attacking, and calm play in the attack. Backed up by an excellent Cara Grimsbo in goal. They've somehow managed to restrict this Bucharest side to just 20 goals, and they have picked up an incredibly impressive 26-20 victory. Brilliant stuff from start to finish, and they have booked their place in the final once again. The 3 times champions of the Women's EHF Champions League, champions twice here in Budapest. They've put their spot in yet another final. As for CSM Bucuresti, it's the third place playoff for them for the second year in a row. They lost 27-21 in the semi-final last year to Vardar. A very similar situation here today. Haven't quite lived up to expectations. Györi did not allow them and their incredibly impressive backcourt to flourish. Not much Niagu, Gulden and Kurtovic could do in the backcourt. They were completely stifled, and Györi with a very, very deserved victory. I'm going to grab a word with one of the players in just a moment's time, and then we'll be back with build-up for our second semi-final between Rostov-Don and HC Vardar in about 40 minutes' time. But until then, take care of yourselves and be sure to join us, as I said, at about 4 or 5:30 with the second game. So I'm here with Györi ETO KC's Kari Grimsmo. Kari, fantastic performance today. You set your stall out from the very beginning. How much of a psychological boost is it, those opening 10 minutes to go 3-0 up and just not concede anything?
Oh, today I was just focusing in the moment. I was trying just to be ready for fast shooting all the time because they have so good quality in the shooting. It's coming so fast, and if the defense is not there, it's really difficult. But I have an amazing defense in front of me, and they make the job so much easier. So we're fighting so good, but it was a tough mental battle all the way.
As you said, the defense was incredible. They didn't give Niagu or Gulden any space at all. And also notice in the timeouts that Ambros Martin every single time focused on the defensive work always. How much confidence as a goalkeeper does that give you, knowing that there's so much focus on the players trying to make it an easy job for you?
I'm so lucky to be in this team with this girl and this defense. And we knew before this match that the defense, it was our key. if we were to succeed, we needed a good defense. So this has been our focus all the way.
And you've played them twice already this season, a very different game today, and also you've lost a lot of players through injury. How much did you change the approach coming into this game?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I know Susanna Tamori trying to pull your pants. Yes. I said, how much did you change the approach today, considering the injuries coming into it and the fact that the two of you know each other so well?
Yeah, no, we did not think very differently to this match, considering to the others. Even though we lost players, we have good quality in the team still, and our main focus was to focus. We are survivors. We have been giving all season, and we can take all the challenges that it gives us, and we knew today also was a challenge, but we succeeded again.
And coming into the final now, you've been in this situation many times. How do you settle down from this? Do you focus on the tape for tomorrow's finalists, or do you just focus on your own game?
Of course, now we just need some hours to fall down from this match. But then it's 100% focused to what's to come tomorrow. It will for sure not be easier. It's so good teams in Final Four this year, so we need to be as a high level as we are today and be as good prepared, but we only have so short time, so we need to be really good and effective.
Well, you're in the final, that's all that matters. Kari, thank you for your time.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
welcome to the press conference of the first semi-final at the Women's EHF Final 4 2018. Congratulations to both teams for a well-fought and well-played game, and obviously congratulations to Györi, Audi, ETO, KC as they've reached the final, beating CSM Bucuresti 20. My first question goes to Per Johansson, coach of CSM. Per, looking back at the game, I think we had these first 10 minutes of the first half, and we had these 10 minutes in the second half, in which your team did not score a goal. Like, looking back at the match from your point of view, what went wrong in these two periods?
I think in our attack game, in the beginning of the game, we were playing in the middle of the court on 20 meters. We wasn't aggressive. I think we gave Györi a quite easy journey in the defense. Quite happy with our defense, and it saved us during that period. I think Tamorim killed us in some moments in the end of the first half. We were actually quite lucky just to be under with 2, because the feeling was not that good. We tried to fix things in the break, and I think we come with more power and strength and played more by the system, and 16-16 with good confidence with the ball. But then we have some clear shots we missed, and Karen was very good in the goal, and we lost confidence again, and we didn't respect the system you need to have when you meet Györi. And one of the biggest problem in this team, with the former coach and with me, it's that we don't contra, because you need to do contra goals to Györi, because Györi playing lots of half-distance plays. But if you don't contra, it's very, very hard to do more than 20 goals, and that's a big problem for me.
Ambros, also looking exactly at these 2 times 10 minutes, what did you tell your team ahead of the match, how they should start it, and what did you tell them in this timeout when it was 16-all?
I think everything that we spoke during this time out was just to remember them things that we already spoke during the week and during the tactic meeting this morning. Keep calm, keep doing the same. Was something very interesting that he said that was for us keep the discipline all the time, independent how the score was and how difficult the moment was. And in this meaning, I think, yes, we just need to do the same things that stress them during the most of the match. It was a strong defense, be really aggressive, try to stop in foul every time, and then I think we got it. Please let me congratulate my team and my fans before, because they did a fantastic job against a really good opponent that never gave up, and this make also our victory in this semi-final even more amazing. So we are satisfied more than the statistic is about this magic player, this fantastic team in very hard season with a lot of problems. We did it again. We are in the final. But we don't know if we will have power enough for tomorrow. But we need to enjoy today. And after enjoying today, I think we need to recover as soon as possible for tomorrow.
Thank you. Lina, from your point of view, why was that a match that you were never really able to dominate?
Well, I think in the beginning of the second half, when we got closer to Györi, I think we had a little bit advantage and we reached 16-16, but then we didn't manage to score for a long period, and well, this is also because Györi did good and they have a really good defense, but as Per said, when you don't score anything on fast break, it's really difficult to beat Györi.
Stina, you played World Championship finals, you played European Championship finals, you played Olympic Games, but this is your first Champions League final. What kind of feeling is this?
Oh, it's amazing. It's of course on club level this is the highest you can get, and I always dreamt of it. Never even played Champions League, and now to be with this kind of team and actually manage to win against another amazing team, that feels amazing.
Questions from the audience? Could you just wait for the microphone? Yeah.
To Mr. Per Johansson. Coach, Could you tell us what happened at 60-all? Because everything seemed to be fine then. The team was on a verge of moral, and after that everything fell.
I will repeat myself that we had good confidence in that period, but we didn't play the system we have decided. I think the difference between the two teams is that Györi is more disciplined and just continue to play. We changed too many systems, we bounce too much, we are coming too much inside the court, and then of course Karen did like a few good saves there, and that's we lost confidence. But one big thing is that we don't contra, and I try to solve that problem in my team, but it's obvious now after 7 weeks I haven't solved it. But you need to contra, because you know Györi is playing very close to our defense, and you can contra almost every time, but we didn't go for it, so we didn't get the easy goals.
And a question to Mr. Martin. Mr. Ambros, in your quality of the coach of the national team of Romania, was it more difficult to play against CSM or easier?
It's always difficult to play against them. I think just one moment we not relax, but we came a bit out from the match. They came really close. They equalized the match. So if we lose the concentration or the focusing in just 1 second, they score. And that's probably one of the reasons why we succeed today, because we focus all the time in every action of the match, and respecting the Romanian national team. I don't know what to say, because now is not the time, in the meaning that there is totally different teams and squad, but we just share important players.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Stina Oftedal and Ambros Martin. Thank you to Lina Jørgensen and Per Johansson, and we'll see each other back here for the press conference of the second semi-final. Thank you.